Hey everybody, EDC with JRD here, and I promised I'd get into one of my favorite knives. I'm home, it's a Thursday, I plan on doing about 3 or 4 videos today. Finally feeling better. Got a tiny cough left, the pneumonia's gone, the bronchitis that came after it, then the stomach bug, it's finally all gone. So I'm finally able to shoot some video without wanting to hack all over my phone. So first thing we're going to do is we had talked about this guy right here, and I'll explain the towel in a second because you're going to see why. Let's get up to this. This is a North Arm Knives Lynx from Canada. This is one of my favorite new knives I've gotten in lately, and we're going to talk a little bit about this and why I like it and what I like it for. But first we're going to get into a little comparison, and then we're going to go over this sheath real quick. This sheath that came with it, this is a normal sheath, does not come with a tech lock. I added that, has a dangler, more than capable sheath, locks in really tight. I'm not worried about this coming out anywhere. A matter of fact, you got to give it some muscle to get it out. Great sheath, love the Kydex. Love the North Arm Knives logo on it, just stamped in, nothing sticking out. Beautiful. I even like the belt carry. Actually, I might put that back on. I just wanted to try to scout carry this knife, and with the tech lock, you know, it works. It hugs pretty well. Not sure if I'm going to leave it like that, but it's just something I'm trying out. And let's go into what this knife is, compare it to a couple that I think are actually cheaper and just as good until it comes to what I actually use this knife for. First off, you got S35V, very thin blade stock. Nice, again, extra large hands. Got plenty of space on the handle, not going anywhere. Only gripe is I wish it was a little bit thicker. It doesn't fill the hand as much as, especially the two knives we're going to talk about in a second. But love the jimping up here, allow you to get really in. Let's grab a couple comparison knives. Not comparison in price, but comparison in kind of what I think people are going to kind of lean towards. If you look here, this is a Mora Cansball, great knife. A little bit longer on the blade. Of course, it's thinner. Handle wise, just about the same, but this one fills the hand. I mean, I got a grip on this, and this is like what I use for bushcraft, along with here's my more Garberg setup. This thing has been used a ton. Another custom sheath from Gary at C2G Fab. As you can see, this has been well loved. I put an edge back on it once or twice, but again, fills the hand, full tang, and that's something the North Arm is full tang. The Cansball is not. It comes to right about there, I believe. Of course, I've never opened it to check, but from all reports saying it's right about there. A little bit grippier of a handle on the Cansball than the Garberg. This is my bushcraft knife. This is the knife I carry with me when I go out in the woods. If I'm just grabbing a knife, I'm not going out for survival. It can be used for survival. I have batoned with it, but let's check some blade stock here. Of course, Garberg is much thicker. Let's check the Cansball. Really close to about the same on the Cansball as the North Arm knives. But when you start getting into what do I use these guys for? This is what I use when I go out into the woods, really get into possibly needing a survival knife. Can baton with this, really not worried about it. You're talking what, 35, 40 bucks? 35, 40 bucks again? No, excuse me, Garberg, $80 to $90. A little bit thicker spine. This is the one I would baton with if I only took one with me. But the shortcoming on the Cansball and the Garberg is the sheath. This is a Cansball sheath, but it works for the Garberg, same exact sheath. Light, you know, really light setup, but I don't like the sheath. I think it's chintzy. and get into getting a better sheath for the Garberg. Here's another $60, $70. So you're talking $140 setup right here. Really love it. Probably won't be replaced. Love this knife, but bushcraft, going out in the woods, you know, working out back, maybe having to baton something if you have to. Not this guy. This guy is not what I would consider. It can do it. It doesn't do it the best. It doesn't have the length, but this is what I use this guy for, and this is why we have a towel. When I go out, I'm grabbing my JX5 for my main knife. This is my camp knife. I can baton if I need to, but it's perfect for camp necessities. Now this is not gonna, the chicken's gonna go back in the fridge, but these are getting thrown away, so I don't care if they touch. But you're talking, look, I mean, look at that. Super, super thin slicer. Let's see, let's just go. I mean, look at this. This is what I'm using this knife for. I need to get in. I mean, look at that. Super good camp knife. Now, absolutely gorgeous knife. Great S35 VN, so it's got a lot of stainless properties. I guess S35, if you leave it out, it will eventually get some rust on it, but I've never had rust on the S35. Of course, I take care of my knives. Super sharp, straight from the factory. Now, if I'm going to go out in the woods and only take one knife, I'm taking my JX5. You know, I did a video on that, possibly with the more Eldris attached to it. If I'm going out and I might be camping and I only need one, I'm taking this. But when I go camping, I go for 2 or 3 days, and we're doing food prep and a lot of other things. So I take the JX5, and if I'm doing food prep, this is a knife. They run about $120. That's a little rich, especially Cans Ball. Great knife. Does the same exact things. A little bit thinner profile. $40. Great knife. If I had to buy one, I wouldn't buy the North Arm knives. I love this knife. It is my favorite knife. But if I'm paying, yeah. Love this blade. Love the shape, love the camp. I'm gonna, you know, I get to keep this blade. Absolutely love it. It was not provided by North Arm Knives. I actually paid for it to review it myself. I'm gonna keep it because I really do like it. But if I was the average guy and I'm going out and I'm buying one knife, Cans Ball, Garberg, can't beat them. I mean, you just can't. I mean, okay, that's nice. This is a little nicer. But seriously, $45 around that, depending on when the time of the video, $125. Great knife, not worth the price. Great knife. Go out and buy one right now. Completely worth the price. And if you're looking one where you gotta have to do some bushcraft, go with the Garberg. If you're looking at a one-stop all, best blade under, heck, I would say under $120, without going over that, Garberg, especially under $100. North Arms, yeah, a little bit better of a knife, but not worth the money. Absolutely love it, but not worth the money. Worth the money. Worth the money. If you want a good chef knife, I would almost suggest this would be the chef knife, with the ability to go out and do some cutting in the woods if you have to. These are bushcraft first, chef second, chef first, bushcraft second. If you guys have any questions, hit me up before my knife falls here. And we're going to be talking about a few things. I got some flashlights I'm about to do another review on. Absolutely love it. Got some Thor fires here. Came in. Thor Fire sent these to me to test out because it's all my flashlight review I did. And we're going to give you a little update on what those are. Are they worth it? Are they a viable option? Are they a contender against Olight? Possibly. We're going to talk about it. But as far as the conclusion on this, the North Arms Lynx is quality unmatched. Don't get me wrong. But why? 120, 45. Okay, you want full tang? 80 to 90. Save yourself some money. Not afraid to whack on this with a little bit thicker spine, throw sparks. There's no way, unless I'm in a survival station situation where I'm going to throw sparks with this. It's $120. Great utility knife. I guess that's where this kind of falls into. It's a utility knife. You can cook. You can do some bushcraft with it if you need to. But if I'm buying a utility knife, I'm buying a Garberg. This thing's tried and true. Full tang. Fills the hand better. I mean, you're talking, it just has that swell, just fills the hand better. Thicker stock. Yeah, this one's going to stab better. It's going to slice a little bit better. This one's going to take care of me out in the woods. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I absolutely love this knife. It's one of my favorites, don't get me wrong. But, one of the other videos I said, oh, this is my new favorite knife. Really got into testing it and just trying things out. Fell right back into this one. The Garberg just fits the hand better. It's cheaper. Yeah, the North Arm has a little bit better sheath. But I always invest in my favorite knives. Go to Gary at C2G Fab. Have a custom sheath made. And you'll be set for life. You guys take it easy. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, share. And guys, God bless. We'll see you later.